All right, let's take a look at where we are on the star map. So we're here. We do have a high reward contract, actually two. Unfortunately, they are the type of contract I'm not really a big fan of, so I'm not super confident in doing them, but I think we can get away with it. Not really an industrial zone. I guess there's one down here. It's a little far away. But the idea is we hit these two potentially, or we just ignore it and we go straight on to where our campaign is. Now, our campaign is where? Ah, it's up here. Okay. So we have quite a distance to cover. We do have this that we didn't finish up. I believe we started it. Let's take a look at our log. Okay. So yeah, the false flag mission is something we already started doing. It actually caught me off guard that there'd be a part 2 because we got our reward, which is very not typical of these missions. Once you get your reward, you're pretty much done, but apparently this is a longer form high reward contract. So I was out of position when we got it. So I plan to do this mission. It just, we're not in the position to do it right now. And then the other one is the shipping disruption, which again, I'm not so sure how keen I am on it because of the type of missions involved. But I guess we can give it a try. So that's just going to be a jump over here, which is a very short distance. Let's take a look at our battle mechs and see what needs repaired. So starting off with the Awesome. This is going to be 13 days, so we will get it back in time. The Warhammer took substantial damage, but we probably won't need it. Let me just check real quick. There's nothing needing replaced. Okay, good. So 24 days. I mean, a lot of it is we're taking extra time doing this in a conflict zone. This is also kind of long with 26 days. I will do it, though, because we never really know what mechs we're going to want in a particular mission. And although these will not be ready in time, I have faith that we'll have something available. Ugh. Yeah, these are very long. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure it's wise to do this repair, but it might be a while before we go into an industrial zone. So I think I'm going to go ahead with it, even though this really sucks. 17 extra days. Not great, but is what it is. Okay, so how are we doing financially? We have 8 million, so that's not too bad. It would be tough to buy one of the mechs that we'd be interested in getting, but we're nowhere near industrial zone right now, so that's not an immediate concern. Do we have anything in the cold storage to sell? We have a Locust, so we get a little bit of money out of that as well. Okay, let's take a look at, now that we have all that taken care of, we do not know how much weight we're going to need in this next mission. It may be a fairly large amount. In that case, we're obviously going to be using the Atlas, which I actually expect to be the case. So let's go ahead and jump over. Now, I may not use the Zeus in these missions because I really can't afford it taking damage, and these missions are going to be kind of rough. So although the Zeus is one of our better mechs, I probably won't use it. Alright, let's just go ahead and travel over here and figure out what we're going to do once we get here. If it comes down to it, I could... But really, none of these missions are ones I'd really like to do. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and give it a try. At least we get the Awesome back, which is a perfect mech to replace the Zeus with. They both weigh the same, so... And I'm not too worried about the Awesome. The Awesome, we can replace every part in that mech fairly easily. Alright, let's take a look at the contract. So it's going to be this guy. It's a 75 difficulty. I expect the drop weight to be, yeah, 340 tons. I don't even know if we can meet that yet with what mechs we have. Alright, let's take a look at where we can invest. So we've got 8 points to invest. We've never done a contract with these guys, so we don't have any relationship bonus. I'll go ahead and take maybe 4 points of damage coverage, and then the other 4 points in salvage. I expect to take quite a lot of damage in these missions, and even this might not cover everything we're going to take. It's very easy for us to take 1.5 million in damage, but if this mission goes fairly well, then we won't take this much damage. You know, obviously, but... Alright, let's go ahead and accept. Alright. So, previous missions... Oh, one thing I wanted to check was how much time would pass, but I guess that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and jump in the Atlas. as we're probably going to have some weight to deal with. I definitely want to use the Stalker here, but I have to think about what other mechs are going to be using. So the Warhammer, the Black Knight, and the Marauder are all out. So that's all of our 75-ton mechs. Except for the Orion. The Orion is available. Oh, actually, the Warhammer is a 70-ton mech, not a 75-ton. The Orion is the only 75-ton mech remaining. I'm not sure how comfortable I am having my AI allies using this mech, but it's a possibility. We definitely want to use the Stalker. I just don't know what position I want to put it in just yet. Let's just replace the Black Knight right now with the Stalker. Out of curiosity, how much time before the Black Knight is ready? 13 days. Okay, so this is going to be a while for all those mechs. I don't think I want to wait that long, even though we easily could if we wanted to. All right, let's go back to the contract. So we're at 335. So if I were to put in a 75-ton mech, we would have our full tons that we are supposed to have. So I guess the Orion is going to be the one we use here, even though I am hesitant to use it. The reason why I'm hesitant to use it is this LB-10X autocannon is going to be very hard for me to replace if it gets lost. Other things are replaceable, although I'd prefer not to. Those SRM-4s are going to be fairly hard for me to replace as well. I don't have a ton of them, but I might have a couple replacements. So I wouldn't like to see that kind of damage. As far as anything else, though, that's out here, I can replace a good chunk of the stuff that's on the Stalker. The main thing we'd have a difficult time would be the SRM-6s, so hopefully we don't lose the left and right torso. But for the most part, those parts can be replaced. Large laser might be problematic as well, but yeah, I think we're more or less good here. And as I said, the Awesome is probably the most expendable mech that we have, because although it's a fairly heavy and well-armored mech, it has no weapon systems in it that are difficult for us to replace. We don't have a lot of usage of PPCs, and although I don't have an absolute ton of PPCs, it's not that hard to replace them. Now, I do have very high-quality PPCs in here, so I prefer not to have to replace any of them, but it is what it is. All right. Let's go ahead and ready up. I think we're more or less good to go. And the Atlas is a very solid mech. I expect to do very well with it. This will be a tough mission to come into, though, while we're still a little on the cold side.
Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
It looks like the communications between us and our employer have been intercepted by a Durapack agent. We'll need to cripple the infrastructure of the communication relay station in order to keep our transmissions secret. Better act fast, Commander.
Alright. Let me remind myself of my weapons. So, medium lasers, SRMs, and the, oh, hello. Oh, that didn't kill him? That killed him. Alright, good start so far. A lot of vehicles.
Target acquired.
Let's see if we can knock some of these out at range, as my Lance has fairly good long-range capabilities. I think I was a little too much lead.
Enemy destroyed.
Oh, did I hit that turret instead? Or the little tower for the turret?
Target acquired.
Oh, hello.
Target destroyed.
Alright. Let's start moving forward, I guess.
Target eliminated.
Alright. We're just gonna take this nice and slow and easy. Something's hitting me from... Hello.
Target destroyed.
Hello.
Target destroyed.
Target
Got him.
is down.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Alright, get this guy quick.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Incoming missile. Target destroyed.
Jeez. This stuff just came all of a sudden.
Target eliminated.
Incoming missile.
I feel like I'm going a little too lackadaisical here.
Incoming missile. Target destroyed. Acquired.
Tango down.
You know what? I hate to have to do this already, but I feel like I was not focused on that at all. Let's try and take this a little bit more focused, perhaps. Felt like I was just kind of standing there and not really doing what I needed to do. We're not quite warm enough, I don't think.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems
And that was all on me,
nominal.
not necessarily the mission.
Looks like
I
the
was just
communications between us and our
not
employer have been
focused.
intercepted by a Durapack agent. We'll need to cripple the infrastructure of the communication relay station in order to keep our transmissions secret. Better act fast, Commander.
We also just need to take our time a little bit more.
Flag target.
As far as I know,
Target acquired.
these enemies do not respawn. I could be wrong. Oh, did I miss that? Seriously?
Target destroyed.
Kind of wish my allies didn't move so far forward. Let's get them to form up on me.
Target eliminated.
Acquired.
I hit the hill. Damn it. I just keep hitting the hill. I'm not getting my my shots in. Come on, guys. Can you, like, not move forward like that?
Target destroyed.
Okay.
Tango down.
Acquired. Target destroyed.
Yeah, I'm having to aim quite a bit higher than I would have expected.
Target acquired.
I see you back there.
Target is down.
That one, not so on target.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Enemy destroyed.
All right.
Target destroyed.
You know what?
Target destroyed. Following your lead, Commander.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Come on, come on.
Enemy destroyed.
All right, we got to get in here now.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
All right, let's not be so lackadaisical and try and knock these guys out a little faster.
Target eliminated.
Target destroyed.
Okay, he's dead.
Target acquired.
He's dead.
Target is down.
Alright, let's focus back over here to the rifleman. Don't really have a clean shot here. Now I do. Okay.
Target acquired.
Again, hitting the ground.
Splash target.
Target destroyed.
Alright. Let's go get that target. I mean, the enemy output is going to be really high, I think. Let's just get in here.
Target is down.
Okay,
Destroyed.
that's
Good
out.
work, Commander. That's one less target.
Here come the enemy right on top of us.
Target acquired.
Let's get him while he's got his back to us. I'm gonna go after the Stalker primarily.
Target destroyed.
Shit, man.
Target
Ah.
destroyed.
Target destroyed.
Alright.
Target acquired.
Tango down.
Okay. Yeah, so that was what? One objective? Man, I hate these missions. Such a ridiculous amount of enemies.
New target acquired.
I'm too far away to get really any good shots on that guy. Other than with the rifle, but that fire is so damn slow. I got his leg. We should be in range of the lasers and stuff now. Except I don't have a very good shot now. A little high on that.
Target destroyed.
Okay, I got him.
Target acquired.
Enemy destroyed.
Alright. How are we doing? I have very little armor, and there's still quite a lot of objectives to do.
Objective
Oh,
down.
that was quick. Do we go back and do the other objective, or do we just keep going forward? I think we just keep going forward.
Target eliminated.
A lot of enemies off in the distance here.
Target acquired.
Tango down.
Okay. Keep going. I don't even want to know how much damage I'm going to soak by the time this mission is over.
Target acquired.
You know what? I can hit this at range.
Copy. Lance target identified.
How can you miss a building?
Target destroyed.
There we go.
Target acquired.
Oh, another one of these flying dudes.
Target acquired.
Splash target.
Destroyed. Target destroyed.
Okay.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Uh,
Target
Okay, well, I think this demonstrates really well why I don't like this mission type. Yeah, okay, we're not doing this. This high reward contract's not getting done. I'm kind of just done with this mission type altogether. We're just gonna go back to my original load because we didn't accomplish anything there. Yeah, screw that high reward contract. I'm pretty much, at this point, I'm not going to do any of those mission types pretty much at all anymore because they are ridiculously balanced and I'm kind of sick of it. So until that changes in this game, I'm ignoring those mission types unless I absolutely have to do them. Pretty much is all I'm down to. Okay. In any case, let's start like this never even happened. Okay. So in any case, yeah, we'll go ahead and repair. Well, where are we going to go? If we're not doing this, it's raid contract. Raids and demolition contracts are just, they're just ridiculous. Their balance is so bad. They're massive slogs where you're going to take horrendous amounts of damage. The rewards of doing the missions are nowhere near how much damage you take. So even if you don't lose mechs like we did there, did you see how many enemies they were throwing at us? If I finished that mission, I guarantee you there's probably well over 100 enemies, and most of them were probably vehicles and other nonsense too. On top of the fact that most of the mechs we were facing were assault and heavy mechs. So yeah, I'm done. I'm done with those mission types. They need to rebalance them. They're not fun. They're ridiculous. They're just ridiculous. And I don't mean to make this a rant, but it's just true. I like this game. But some of the balance that they've decided with some of these mission types are just, they're not good. They need to fix them. And you see the contrast when you do the defense and warzone contracts, because those are a lot of fun. But that's because they're balanced in a way that makes more sense and is more fun. Alright, well, with that being said, I'm completely ignoring this because this is just going to be an extremely annoying high reward contract to do. So they probably do. I'm fairly certain the demo contracts infinitely spawn enemies. I'm fairly certain that is correct. But in any case, considering the length of time of some of our repairs, I'm actually going to jump over into this industrial zone here, and we're going to see maybe there's a cool mech or something. But yeah, that was pretty much the last draw for me. That was the last chance for that contract type, and I'm just, unless I have to do it as part of the campaign, I'm not doing one of those mission types. Okay, let's take a look at what's in the market. So we have a Black Knight. Yeah, at this point we're only looking for assault class mechs because we're already very solid in heavy mechs, and I already have an awesome, so I'm not really interested in that. So let's take a look at what's in the equipment real quick. And no double heat sinks. All right. We'll take a look at okay, there are no pilots here. I feel like I've already been here. Mostly we just came here for repairs, but I figure we might as well check the stores and stuff while we're here. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. So, if we're not going to do some of those mission types, I'm pretty much going to exclusively look for defense and warzone contracts when I can. So it looks like there's one over here. I'm going to do this contract, and we'll see what this high reward contract is. Maybe we do it, maybe we don't. At this point, I feel like we're fairly close to end game with some of our equipment, so I'm not even sure how much these high reward contracts are worth it anymore. And we are kind of ahead of the reputation level of most of these areas. We're close to level 12, and I haven't seen a single level 12 area. Okay, way over here, there's a level 12 area. So we're more or less good to go. So it's going to take us 27 days to get here. We should have everything back in that time. So I'm just going to go ahead and travel. I'm actually not even sure how that Orion died as fast as it did. Because I don't think it was really that bad off. Maybe it took a cockpit hit, a heavy cockpit hit or something. Alright, we'll take a look at what this thing is. Alright. The Tamarind Mining Company has surveyed a selection of star systems near the Duchy of Tamarind and found high quantities of radioactive minerals which are lucrative for mining and will improve the well-being of these systems. We have authorization from the Parliament to persuade the locals to cede the rights to their land, which sit atop the deposits. However, the land is populated with Star League-era ruins. Plus, the locals have embraced the worst tendencies of Comstar adepts and their pseudo-religious ways towards technology, and those are fanatical about protecting their lands. A few raids against these lands to intimidate the residents should change their perspectives and remind them what it could be like without the additional protection we can provide. You'll likely find no worthwhile technology after all these centuries, but prospecting for lost tech is an excuse that would justify your presence in the ruins. All that we ask is to keep civilian casualties to a minimum. We are not in the business of killing for profit. So this is just going to be more of raid contracts more than likely. And although it pays well in money, that's the only thing it pays, I will accept it just for the sake of it. But I get the feeling that we're... Probably it's just going to be more... Yeah, it's going to be another raid contract. Against Comstar, too. Yeah, no thanks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the contract that is available to us. Really, all we're doing is we're getting over to where the campaign mission is. That's really what I'm here to do. This is a 4-mission operation. As much as this is enticing, I don't know what the other missions are going to be. So the first mission's a Warzone contract. So, you know, you kind of want to do it, but after that, I don't know what we're going to have to do. So let's just do the defense contract and maybe move on. Alright, so I am going to do... We only have 315 tonnage for this mission, so I'm not probably going to be able to use the Atlas very easily. Let's do, I guess, 4 points in damage coverage and the rest into salvage shares. Okay. So... let's see what we could use here. I mean, I'm alright with the Marauder. This Lance is fairly effective, but we do have 15 tons to play with. I'm not really sure what I would upgrade and where. I guess we would replace the Awesome with something else like the Stalker, for example. Stalker's a very effective mech. I don't know, don't want to waste like some of our better mechs though on some of these contracts, come to think of it. So I'm actually going to go under tonnage here. I think we'll be fine. This is kind of our expendable Lance here. Any of these mechs take damage, except for the Warhammer, which does have some systems in it. Maybe we run the Orion instead. We get 5 tons extra. Yeah. So 305. That's probably not bad. Many of our other mechs are kind of harder to replace. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is good to go. Let's ready up. Gives me another opportunity to use the Marauder in any case. Yeah. Well, it's pretty much impossible to salvage anything more than a medium mech, unless you have just maxed out reputation, and even then. So I agree with you on that they may need to rebalance the share, the salvage shares. It's kind of a weird balance, though, because you don't want to let it be too easy for people to salvage stuff, but at the same time, you know, never being able to salvage things. The illusion that you could salvage things is really where we're at. Because I don't know how many times I've seen assault or heavy mechs
It's easy to get lost in the views around here, but keep
on that
focused
list and then not
let's
be able to
get off
salvage
this
it.
ice cube.
Spawning us a very far distance away from our defense area. Also, I feel like the spawns on maps could be cleaned up a little bit. There's many times that you're spawned facing the wrong direction from the objective. Or in a case like this, needlessly far away. Or the extracts being needlessly far away.
Rely on your senses a bit more. Don't want to be shooting at a reflection in this ice.
I mean, what was what was the point of that time I just spent? There's no enemy on the map right now.
We're at target location, and not a moment too soon.
Mercenary Lance, welcome to Delta Checkpoint. We appreciate your help.
Nothing on scopes at the moment, but don't get comfortable. Hostiles have been reported in the area.
Target destroyed.
Okay.
Target destroyed.
Okay, he's down.
Target acquired.
Oh, I'm gonna go after the helicopter here.
Target destroyed.
Looks like you've got their attention. I'm showing multiple hostiles incoming on your position.
Yeah, I think that this UAC upgrade is one of the big things that helps the Marauder be really good.
Something just tripped the perimeter alarm. Lock and load.
Not only that, the Marauder's not really all that hot running either.
Enemy mech eliminated.
He's dead.
Hostiles
Ooh, a lot of
inbound.
contacts on the,
Raise your contacts, Commander.
Let's see if we can snipe that guy.
Enemy
Got him.
destroyed.
Target destroyed.
Very good long-range complement of weapons. Ah, whiffing those shots. Oh,
Target acquired.
whiffing some shots there.
Target destroyed.
Okay. I think there was a little bit of a friendly fire PPC there.
Brace for additional contacts.
All right, I see a big tank. Oh, I'm stuck.
Target is down.
All right, got ourselves a heavy lance. I want to take out that mana core if I can. I don't have a good shot right now, though.
Damage to the facilities is minor at the moment, Commander.
All right, let's take the rifleman out.
Allow such damage to cascade. Do what you can to draw the enemies away from here.
Target destroyed.
All right, what do we got? Banshee. Thankfully, that's the bad Banshee, so not as threatening. Ooh, we're running a little hot. Didn't I just say this doesn't run hot? We'll just focus on not firing the large lasers then. Okay, I lied.
Enemy reinforcements spotted in the area. They look like they're heading your way.
Target eliminated.
All right, what do we got? Stalker all the way back there. No, we can clearly hit him.
Target acquired.
You want to get in before those missiles carve me up. Although I say that, the short-range firepower for Stalker is also very good.
Target destroyed.
Okay, he's dead.
Target acquired.
All right, where's the other mech?
Target eliminated.
Trying to chop that arm off if I can.
Critical.
I got him. I have no shot.
Critical. Target destroyed.
Well done, Commander. The area is secure.
And see, that was a lot more fun. Most of the enemy were mechs. The mission didn't have a ridiculous number of enemies because there's a cap on how many enemies there can be. It just... so much more fun. Alright. We even really didn't take all that much damage. So yeah, as we can see, we can't salvage either of these guys. What do we want? Let's sort this by value real quick. I'll take the SRM-6, even though I may not end up using it. Other than that, I guess we take the Spider to sell. Take the medium laser here. Take a couple jump jets as well, because they are worth a decent amount, I guess, for the number of shares. These autocannons are also, actually, they're probably worth more. Well, then they're not probably, they are worth more. There we go. That's not too bad. Okay, I'll take it. All right. So Captain K here's maxed out his heat dissipation, which is good. Excellent. We'll need that. And I'm able to level up some ballistic weapon skill in the Marauder, which is one of the good things about being able to use it, because I am really far behind on that. Although energy weapons I finally maxed out, so that's nice. All right, let's go ahead and close. Oh, how many enemies did we face? So 12, 15, 23, 26, I think. Forgive my math, that's a little bad. But as compared to that raid mission, where it would have probably been upwards of 80 enemies, if not more, yeah. As far as our allies, the Orion did really well. I think this is the first time outside of the mission that we scrubbed and forgot about. This is the first time that I've seen the Orion used by the AI, and they actually did really well. Really very close to me in performance. The Black Knight and the Awesome, they did fairly decently. Although I would have expected more out of the Black Knight, to be totally honest with you. Alright. Not a bad mission. But with that being done, let's just get our repairs in. They should all be fairly straightforward. Nobody lost any systems. Might take a long time for them to be done. 12 days for me. 10 days. Okay, not really. 6 days. Oh, okay. So Black Knight was the one that got damaged the most. So not bad at all. Let's take a look at that star map. So I'm going to ignore this high reward contract as well, because I don't want to do these raid contracts. Well, there's no other defense or war zone contracts unless we do this multi-mission thing, which I'm not sure I really want to do. So where to next? I guess we could come over to Shasta and see if there's anything over there, and then head over to this area once we have a little bit more of an idea of what's there. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, okay. That is actually a really long jump distance. Okay, so I'm actually going to change that. We're going to jump into this system. Let's jump into this system and see if we can find contracts. I can't really see anything right now because we're not close enough. Unless we want to reroute up this way. Yeah, see, that's also an extremely long time. That's the other thing that's kind of becoming a problem, is it takes a really long time for me to get where I need to go. Alright. I'm going to jump over into Colfax just to see what we can spot out. Because right now, we've got some really awkward jumps that take us a long time to get where we need to go. So let's just see what's over here. See if we can find some more contracts. Alright. Let's see what's all over here. Because at the moment, I mean, it says we have contracts in system. But let's also take a look at the star map. So we do have a Warzone contract here. Perfect. Yeah, we're not just really getting much view of anything here. We do have this high reward contract and a Warzone contract there. So I think we probably jump into Sheridan just to see what's all involved. We also have a defense contract over there as well as... Oops. Sometimes it's a little weird with the movement. We've got a couple contracts over here that is probably worth doing, as well as an industrial zone right nearby. And it does get us somewhat close to Hyde. Maybe... Do we come over here and then try and jump over to Hyde? Not really sure, but we'll do the contract that's here first, and then we'll kind of decide. Alright, so... There's two multi-mission operations. One's a defense, but we don't know what the future missions are going to be. So let's just stick with the Warzone contract. It's 340-ton drop weight. Let's just take a look at the market. Why not? There's a stalker here. I'm kind of hesitant to pick up another stalker. But it's a different variant. It's technically, I think, the standard variant. So there'd be a little bit of differentiation. I'll have to think about that. We don't necessarily have to make call on it right now. I don't have a ton of money to be able to buy something that expensive right now, though. So let's just take a look at the contract and go from there. All right. So we'll go ahead and accept this contract. I'm going to have to take a look at my pilots and see if that's the best we want to do. I'm going to jump into the Atlas. We might keep the Orion. As we've seen, it is effective. We will use kind of our A-team here, because otherwise we won't meet how much weight we can deploy here. The Stalker and then the... I don't know if I want to use the Zeus in a mission like this. Because if the Zeus gets damaged seriously, it's hard for us to replace the systems that are in it. The upside of using the Zeus, though, is it levels my guys up in more skills. Alright. So, as far as things go, Captain K staying in the Stalker... staying in this position does make sense. He's got good energy weapons and good missiles. We might have somebody better for the job, though. The Orion has a mixture of weapon systems, so all three would be important. And then the Zeus has all three weapon systems, but kind of an emphasis on energy weapons and autocannon. Well, honestly, all three are important. Alright, well, let's start here. I mean, in theory, these are some of my better pilots. The only one we're not using right now that is technically better is Freeman. I'm thinking maybe we use Freeman in the Orion or something to give him an opportunity to level up his ballistic weapons, because that's the only thing that he's behind on. Probably won't necessarily matter. For where we're at, Captain K has leveled up everything except missile systems as far as attacking. He's actually really perfect for the Stalker because the Stalker doesn't use ballistic weapons. He still has some room with these two categories. So I think he's perfect for the Stalker. Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, I don't know who else to use here. So, yeah, I think we stick with who we have here. And it'll just give them an opportunity to level up their weapon skills. With the only thought being for Freeman trying to level up his ballistic weapons, but some of these other guys are much further behind. So, yeah, I think it makes sense. Okay, let's ready up. So this is our best lance at the moment. And we are meeting the 340-ton drop weight perfectly. Although we do have a little bit of wiggle room with that.
Hold off the enemy advance as long as possible. Be sure not to overextend yourself.
We do have a enemy contact over here. I can't see it clearly, so I'm not going to fire my rifle. Because it does have a really long reload time, to the point where I am getting a little bit frustrated with it. With how long the reload time is. Because if you miss, it is a big deal. Like that. Just missed. Oh, come on. Must have just gone out of range. Yeah, with that shot. Got him. Got him. Alright. Lighter mechs. Don't have a view of any of them, but we will have one soon. Oh. Got him. Alright, those guys are dead. Alright, they're right on top of me.
They are converging on your position. Brace for hostile contact.
Splash target!
Okay.
Black Tango eliminated! Target is down.
Got him.
Scopes are lighting up with additional bogies, Commander. ETA unknown.
Oh, I missed with the rifle. Got him. I think I missed that too.
Enemy destroyed. Enemy mech
Okay.
eliminated.
Yeah, I keep missing. I mean, part of it is that just I don't have enough practice with it.
Enemy reinforcements spotted in the area. They look like they're heading your way.
Where? Ah,
Target eliminated.
right on top of us again. He's dead. Okay.
Tango down.
There's a vehicle somewhere. There it is.
You must have really kicked over the beehive here.
All right, 5 more.
More hostiles inbound.
Again, right on top of us. Oh, that was a little late shot there.
destroyed.
Enemy destroyed.
Acquired. Target.
Kill quarter has been reached, Commander.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Rendezvous with us at the extraction point when you're ready.
Yeah, I don't know what I think. I'm not sure. The one thing that I'm a little off put with the Gauss rifle is just how much the reload time is. Whoops. I was looking at my arm targeting. Well, hopefully my allies can handle that. Let's give them a target
Acquired.
and tell them to target it.
Take that target.
And then I'll focus on getting out.
Pack it up, Commander, before more enemies arrive.
I'll have to think about it. I wouldn't want the AC-20 because that is too short range. We have too many short range weapons. Right now, the SRM-6s are main real firepower because I can put that out. Really rapid fire. Alright, your reputation across the inner sphere is growing. As I said, we're very close to leveling up here anyway. So we're at Venerable, up to Elite is the next level. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put points in anything. Ah, god damn it. Oh well. It is what it is. That was a mistake on my part. I was rushing through things. Thankfully, we're not really losing out on anything too much. I mean, obviously, we're losing out on money, which is my problem, but I'm just going to take a couple things and we'll call it a day. Oh, thank you for the host, Adio. Let's sort by value. I have done that once before. Oh well. It is what it is. Let's continue. So just repair the damage. That's going to take a really long time. So we're going to probably dip into an industrial zone. If there's one anywhere nearby. I guess there's one down here. Well, then again, we could just travel to our objective. That's going to take 34 days, which is really not much different. Whereas this takes us almost the same amount of time. I can wait 3 days. So, yeah. So I probably lost money because I forgot to put points into things. But that's alright. We'll be fine. Technically, we still made money. Alright, let's go ahead and go to that location. As I said, not that big of a deal. We'll just come up here. We get closer to industrial zone anyway, and some contracts we can do that we like. So let's get rid of it. Now, this is assassination contract. Not one of my favorites, but we can go. I mean, really, it's Warzone and defense contracts that are the best. Assassination contract I don't think is as bad as raid and demolition, but it might be really close because they do throw an absolute F ton of enemies at you, and it does get rather ridiculous. Okay, here we are. Let's remember this time to put points into things. Alright, so damage coverage. I expect we're going to take quite a bit of damage, so we'll put in max into that. Salvage shares, we'll just do the rest. So 12 shares. Let's go ahead and accept here. Alright. Oh yeah, the Atlas we do need to wait on. So, 3 days. Okay, perfect. We'll go with the same team here, although I am tempted to go with my best crew that I can. Which would be what? Trying to think. With Freeman, we definitely want to level up ballistic weapon skill if we can, but we also want to put him in the best mech we can. So I think we're going to end up putting him in the Orion. Because our other pilot, Shen here, is not as good at energy weapons or missile systems. And he's the same level as Freeman is at ballistic weapons, so we're not really losing anything there. Oops. Now, what about the other skills? Yeah, so he's better. Freeman's better in both of these categories, and I believe also there too. So yeah, Freeman's just generally better. So there we go. Let's go ahead and ready up. I think we're good to go. Fingers crossed this isn't a travesty.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure.
But this is a contract we already are partway into, so...
Hangar doors opening.
Well, we already have enemies right in our face.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright, come on, guys. I'm gonna try and take out a lot of these nonsense, like vehicles and stuff.
You need to eliminate him and his troops in order to fully bury this plot.
Alright. Let's go, oh, it's an Atlas. Hello, buddy. Okay. Okay, he's dead.
It seems like you may have very well
Ow!
prepared a full-scale war. It's
Let's get
one
out of
thing
here.
you can feel good about this job.
Where is the
What I
frickin'
did today
extract?
is one of those exceptions.
Of course I'm going the wrong way.
We've fulfilled our contract, Commander. Let's get you out of here now.
Alright, where is this damn thing? Over that way.
Enemy mech down.
Target destroyed.
I got it.
Target destroyed.
In some ways, them being right up in my face like that, I got something in behind me attacking me. I'm not sure if my allies are going to help me with it. And the endless spawn in of enemies. Of course they're right on top of the extra... Oh, no, wait. No, that is my dropship. Sometimes I get really paranoid. Alright, what do we got here? I can't aim up that high with most of my weapons, but that matters.
Enemy destroyed.
Alright, so the goal here is to get out before my allies take too much damage. Come on. Yay, we did it! Alright. We didn't take that much damage, all things considered. And I actually remembered to put points into salvage. Alright, I'm taking the SRM-6. Not sure about the AC-20 or the machine gun. Wow, there's just not really good high-value salvage here, so I guess we're taking this regardless. And then we'll just take what's valuable, I guess. We need one more one-share thing, huh? Or we could take a two-share thing. I mean, I guess that's not... as a matter of fact, that's worth more anyway. Alright. So as far as damage goes, really not a lot of damage was inflicted because we weren't in that mission very long, because we just killed the bad guy and got out. I was starting to get a little concerned about the damage we took into our torso section, which was one of the reasons I tried to bug out as quickly as I could. But yeah, it is what it is. Of the, what, 12, 15, 18 enemies faced, only 3 of them were mechs. Well, that we destroyed. Obviously, there was more out there that we kind of ignored. Alright, now that you've earned the gratitude of 2 great houses, representatives from both of our governments will be sure to leave favorable reports with the Mercenary Review Board. Alright. Yeah, so that was a mission we were already partway gone through.